All right, straight to it. How to build momentum. Now, when we talk about momentum, another word for momentum is basically just a routine. I think about it like this. You click on YouTube videos of a millionaire YouTube routine, or you click on your favorite self-improvement YouTuber and you ask, okay, what is their routine? What do they do? What's their secret to success? When really, there is no secret to success. If you read any of the most biggest self-improvement books, whether it's like the Jeff Bezos book, the fucking scammer Alex Hermosi and shit like that, you're gonna realize if you read enough and if you do if you spend all your time being productive of soaking up game from other people, which that type of activity has time and place, but it's only effective when you apply the information. But anyways, that's another point. When you soak up the game, and also just to fucking put that out there, yeah, my nigga, I don't have good lighting. This is my lighting. I have no light in my room. Okay, so I don't know, humble beginnings, I guess. Just suffer and deal with it. Value is value. Just listen to what I'm gonna say. So listen, anyways, back to the point. When you listen to enough of these audiobooks, basically the one thing they're gonna be talking about or emphasizing is basically doing the most productive tasks. Kind of like a domino effect of, if you do this one specific task for your business, content creation, whatever you want to do in life, it has a domino effect where everything else falls into place, right? So stop trying to figure out what's the best routine or what's the best things you should be doing, right? Really, the secret to being a millionaire is putting yourself in the perfect state. Now, what is state? Not this fucking new age white bitch tattoo titty white bitch shit where it's like, oh, manifestation shit like that, because that is not real, right? How can I prove it's not real? I'm gonna have 3 big booty black bitches right now. I manifested. Grabbing air. I'm supposed to be grabbing tits. No, I'm grabbing air. Doesn't work. You can't create your reality. The one thing you can do is control your outcomes, right? Everything about the people that talk about manifestation and shit like that, it's because innerly they were chosen, right? Not from a higher power, but what I mean from chosen is a sense of they knew about their human potential. They knew that they had to evolve. They knew that they had this inward desire of, for some people it could be literally like some superiority complex or some shit like that, but for some people it just generally feel they have so much more to give in this world, right? And if you click on this video, chances are you're probably one of them, right? But I don't want to confuse you either. Like, there's a lot of busters in the world. There's a lot of people with wasted potential, right? But when you hear these people talk about manifestation and about like, yo, I literally manifested this, it's because all the ideas, the vision that they had in their head, they actually worked to it to force their will on the world, right? It's not manifestation of, oh, I want big booty Latina here. No, it's literally this. They live their life in a way where it's inevitable that they get the life they want, right? So so back to the point of the video, right? Momentum. How to build momentum. This is how you build it. In one of my previous videos, I talked about how some people can wake up at like 5 a.m. in the morning, go to the gym and be productive and be all this and do all the good tasks and shit like that. While somebody else could be fucking waking up unmotivated, fucking scrolls on their phone for the first hour of the day, or does this, does that. They have think of, oh, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, but then they wake up and let their impulses just control them, right? When really your routine should feel, it should have a flow to it. It should be just something. It's like it's just who you are. It's like it's gonna sound so gay. This is gonna sound like new age, and I'm not a promoter of new age, but it really is just like a state of being where it's just like you're just being yourself, right? You're just letting shit flow, right? Because it's part of your routine, right? It's part of your unconscious behavior. You've reprogrammed your subconscious mind. You reprogrammed your mind to the point where this is just new. This is just you. This is how you go. This is just how you move, right? So, again, all that to say this. How can you, who has no momentum, right? Which basically you don't have a routine that drives you to your goals, right? How do you, with someone with no momentum, gain some momentum? Well, here's how you do it, right? You clicked on this video to get like the easy answer. So here it is. The thing that you want, let's say it's to read a book, right? And it's to work out, right? Now, there's going to be a bunch of excuses on why you can't do it. Number one, I don't have the time. Number one, I'd say too much effort or whatever the fuck, right? You have to pick your goal and then kind of like break it down into the most easiest thing, right? So here's how we're going to start this. Pick out a piece of paper, right? And if you're a buster and you're not going to do this, stop wasting my time. Stop wasting your time. Click the fuck off, right? Because I'm literally, after this video, there's, if you don't create momentum off of this video, then you're going to be me like 1 or 2 years ago, where it literally took me, I learned about self-improvement at like age of 14. That's when it really started to blow up and shit like that and become like mainstream. But it still took me a good 5 years. No, honestly, 5 to 6, right? Because the day you actually start working hard is the day you actually get success. So honestly, yeah, like 5 to 6 years. It took me 5 to 6 years of just wasting my time, of scrolling, of I'm gonna do it one day, I'm gonna do it one day, this video to the next video, this game from this video, just soaking up information. That took 5 to 6 years of my life. Now the thing is I know I can make it, right? So I'm not gonna traumatize myself even more and just wait until the world, like those people that wait for the world to hit them so they can change, right? I'm not one of those people anymore, right? I've changed my identity, right? But here we go. Piece of paper, right? And a pencil. And write down the goal, right? So let's say for this example, it's to read a book. Write down, okay, I'm gonna read a book for 30 minutes every day, right? Now, the reason why you have to write this down is you can literally do Google this and do all the study. Like, I don't want to push it in the bio. Just go fact check it for me. The more effort and commitment you put into your goals, the more effort and commitment you put into something, the more likely you are to succeed it, right? That's why if you're big into like the fitness side of YouTube, you'll see like let's say like some really fat obese people, they'll put their journey of them losing weight of like day 100, day, of that kind of like fitness niche. And if there is actually a science to that, where like human beings, like if I put out, oh, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds by the end of this month, right? Even if like 3 people watch that video, if I don't complete that, it does something to your self-esteem. It does something to like your whole like your status, right? Because basically humans wanna one up each other, right? And you might be thinking, oh, I'm fucking humble. I'm like fucking Mr. J. Cole and shit like that. People get status off of being humble, right? Like if you look at the Pharisees in the Bible, they got status of, oh, he's so humble, or how they would like fast until like their face was like shrunken and shit like that. Each and everything you do is based off of status. Now, it might not be like the Hollywood version of status of all the Rolex, the bitches and all that. It might be something else. But there's a status for each and everything in the world, right? But the more, if you publicize this, right? Like, oh, I'm going to start reading or for 30 minutes every day, or I'm going to start working out, the more likely you're going to do it, because you want to follow through and you don't want to be seen as that person of, oh, you say something, right? But then you don't actually do it. Now, you do it in real life anyways, but if you put it online, you might actually do it. The more effort and commitment you put into something is the more likely you're going to succeed in it, right? So you might not think it's the fucking effort to write something down, but there's a version of you that where you don't write it down. There's a version of you that's already clicked off, right? So write this down, and this is what I want you to do. Let's say you want to start reading. let's say you want to start reading. Pick out the book you want. Do not start reading for 30 minutes. My nigga, you can literally just cheat. You know how like when you open a book and it's like the first page will be like the title of the book? All I want you to do is read one page. And you can literally cheat. And the title of that page, that's it. You already did it. You could literally just do that and be like, oh, I completed that goal. It's something so simple. And you're going to be like, dude, this sounds so fucking stupid. And here's the other example of the gym, right? Let's say someone wants to go to the gym and let's say he's a fat fuck and he's like too scared because, you know, people judge and shit like that, which is like, hey, that's fucking you a buster, but whatever, right? Let's say he's too scared to judge or, oh, I don't know everything about fitness, so I'm going to watch 1 million hours of content on fitness, but then I'll do it one day, right? Just like how you say, like, oh, I'm going to approach that girl one day, right? But it's the same thing of putting off your life to live, right? The one thing I want to drill into your guys' head is the more you do, the less you wait. That's like a quote I live by, right? So the more you do, the less you wait. But the thing is, you don't have to do that much. Just start building small steps, small risk to break your old structured way of being, your old identity, to create the new one, right? So with the gym example, right? You don't need that much information to know how to work out. And to make this point very clear, if there's anybody that's like watching this who's been going to the gym and that's already been part of like your routine, like your unconscious behavior, like you already know what to do, you probably know almost everything about fitness, or like fitness is your passion. I guarantee you that you didn't know 1/5 of the information that you knew that you know now when you started. When I first started fitness, I thought literally push-ups and bicep curls was everything you needed to do. I didn't know deadlifts. I didn't know you had to do pull-ups. Like I've seen it once and like a couple times, but I just thought you had to do push-ups and you straight, right? Where's the lesson in that? Just take like 50% of the information, right? Which is like, okay, 50% of the information of losing weight is just eat less and work out, right? Or just do push-ups, right? Do literally one push-up right now. Do one push-up if that's your goal of working out. Just do one push-up. And here's the key. It has to be the most easiest effort thing. Because after this one day of reading, of doing your one push-up, over time, you're going to learn more how to do it. You're going to do it better, right? But here's the thing. You're going to do one push-up or you're going to read one page, right? And you'll be like, I'm not doing anything. This is so little. And that's the key. That's the key. I want you to do that one, to read one page for a whole month. Do one push-up for a whole month. And obviously with different goals, you know what to do. Like, you use your brain. Like, break it down into the most easiest thing, right? I'm just using those two examples because this is the first at the top of my head. Do that for one whole fucking month. And do not change it. Do not try to do 2. No, you're done. And if you generally do this for 1 month, you're gonna be like, dude, I can do so much more. Like, what the fuck? And that's the key. I'm not giving you guys no magic pill. I'm not giving you guys some fake bullshit advice. Dude, you already know what to do to become successful. You already know what to do to change your life. You just don't do it. Why? Because you don't have the internal fire to change, motherfucker. There's free will in the world. You don't have the will to change your life. You're looking for everything else. Everything else is a fucking distraction from your success. You're looking to you're going to the back alley, you're looking for a secret. You watch all these fucking routine videos of people you want to be like, oh, what's his secret? Oh, what does he do that's different? And sometimes they'll give out little gems of knowledge. But the thing is, you already know what to do, and you're neglecting the one thing is yourself. Not only are you wasting your time, but what works for somebody else may not work for you, right? Some people like intermittent fasting. Some people know it's like, I need to have breakfast. You don't know how you work. You don't know yourself. You don't have any self-awareness of yourself. Maybe, right? This whole thing of waking up in the morning, you get, you're so much more productive. Maybe you're a night owl. Maybe you do your best work when it's fucking 3 a.m. in the morning. But you don't know that. Because you look for each and every answer except looking to yourself. And not some fucking gay Buddhist, little Asian little fuck of, inner peace, all the answers are within you. No. But you've never took a month off of just not watching YouTube and just doing, what do I think will work for me? And trying it out for a week. You've never done that. You just look for the easiest answer. Google. Instead of using your own brain, instead of trusting in yourself, not in an ego way, because obviously we're Christians, right? Not in an ego way, but like you never use your own brain like, I have this problem. Instead of going to YouTube for the answer, let me just actually for 1 week trust my brain and try to figure it out on my own. You've never done that. You've never used your brain like that. So, a common thing that will come up during this is, I don't have the time to do this, right? If you're watching this video right now, the time is now. Click off and do it. Then, after you do it, set up your alarm at this hour, because clearly you have time today. Chances are you're gonna have time tomorrow, because you already have a routine. It's just you let your impulses do. You do what your impulses tell you to do. But your impulse is telling you to live this fucking broke loser life. So you have the time to be that. The time's now. Like I'm looking at my phone right now. I've been talking for like 17 minutes. You have the time to read one page in 17 minutes. To do a push-up in 17 minutes. Right? And then once you do that for a month, you're going to have this internal file to do more. This internal fire to do more. And that's what we want. David Goggins, the one thing that he can't express, right? Because everybody wants to talk about free will. Bro, fuck your free will. You don't have a free will. You don't have one. Now, you do, right? But you don't have the will to change your life. You don't have it. It's not strong in you. You generally don't have it. People love being fucking losers, man. People love self-sabotaging. Why? Because you don't have no internal fire to change. You don't have it in you. So how do we do this? If you're sick and tired of being a loser, if you're sick and tired of living this fucking life you have, get sick and tired of reading one page. Get sick and tired of doing one push-up. Then, on second month, do more of the same habit. Don't try to do another habit. No, you need to lock in for a fucking 1 to 2 months of this one habit before you go out doing too much. Because people have like analysis paralysis or whatever the fuck. I don't know if that applies to this situation, but you know what I mean? Where they try to do too much at once. No, you're a baby. You can't even do one thing right. I want you to analyze the past 2 years of life. You've never put in 1 hour into your goals. You've never done it. I know you haven't. Why? Because that was me. That was me. And I know that there's other people like me out there in the world. So chances are you haven't done that either. So going back to like the David Goggins example, right? Because I'm kind of just spazzing and shit like that, but hopefully you get the knowledge right. David Goggins had this internal fire to change, where just one day he was like, I want to do it, I want to do it. The difference between his internal fire, oh my fucking God, internal fire to change is his was actually real. Yours isn't. Your 15 motivation spike, I'm going to change. It didn't last because you don't have the internal fire. It was just one day. It's just one day you really thought and like, I could be free of this. But you didn't hit your threshold yet. Some people literally, going back to the beast example, some people literally need to be like 600 pounds before they be like, I need to change. Are you willing to take that gamble? Are you willing to take that risk of waiting another 20, 30 years or something like that to change? It's a gamble, man. It's a gamble. Different people. Some people have it quick in their early life, and then by like 25, 30, they're a success. They're a whole fucking, oh, look at that guy. Some people, they don't get it until they're on their deathbed. Are you willing to take that gamble? Or can you just realize this information that I'm telling you and just apply it? Just literally just do it. I can't force you to do anything. So the only thing I can give you is value and experience. That's the only thing I can give you. The day you change is the day you have that internal fire to change. Okay? So get sick and tired of doing one push-up. Get sick and tired of reading one page until you get sick and tired of reading one page for 30 minutes. Until you get sick and tired of reading and be like, I'm gonna try something else. But first, you need to build. You need to take a baby step first. You need to learn how to walk again. You need to learn, instead of reading a whole book. Oh, I'm gonna read a whole book by the end of the week. No, you need to literally start with, oh, okay, I'm gonna read one page. I'm gonna do one push-up. And I guarantee, slowly but surely, your life will change. And that's it. Right? That's literally it. Now, an advanced tip, because I'm going to post other momentum type videos in the future, but an advanced tip is start this out in the morning, right? Because if you do win the morning, for most people, right? I know for some people, they might work hard later in the night, but for most people, they need to win the day first, right? But yeah, start this out in the morning, and then the rest of the day, just fuck off, right? Just do whatever you want to do, right? Until you literally become a new person where it's like, yo, you know what? I can handle more than reading one page. I can handle more than reading 30 minutes in the morning. I can do something else, right? But you're not there yet. Now, all this thing of building momentum and stuff like that, it all comes down to my philosophy. My philosophy is called evolution, where it's basically people don't change. There's 3 ways of changing. There's chaos, the most effective way, momentum, or trauma. Now, for most people, if you're watching this, you're going to fall in the trauma category, where you're going to either you're never going to be successful. It's just always going to be that thing in your head, right? Or let's say you're actually chosen and you know your potential and you know eventually you're going to change. But you're going to take that gamble where you're going to wait 20 to 30 years of suffering before you hit your aha moment, like, oh, I got to change. And then, you're quickly going to change. It's like you're going to rise from the ashes and shit like that. That's the trauma thing, right? And usually for these type of people, they literally would rather wait, right? Consciously, but sometimes it just happens where trauma would just hit them unexpectedly, and then the trauma forces them to change their identity and become a new version of themselves, a new identity. The second one is basically momentum, where basically it's keeping a flow of success. So it's doing habits that puts you in either makes you happy or either goes to your success, right? Because success is subjective. Some people just want to be happy. Some people just want to be rich or whatever the fuck. But it's basically a state of being where you're on the right path, whatever that path is for you, right? But it has to lead to Christ, right? And then the third one is the most effective, which is the path I'm always going to promote, is chaos. Where instead of waiting to change, you go out to the change. The only thing with this is that it has to be groundbreaking to really, really change, or it could be small risks, like building a new habit, doing all that. But the thing is, most people aren't going to do it, right? But chaos would be like, if you have a fear of women, go approach 10 girls. If you have a fear of fighting, I'm not saying get in a fight, but maybe start slap boxing. Maybe start, like the things that are the limiting beliefs or the things that you're most scared of. if for one day you just have the balls to do it, go do it. Now the thing is that most people don't do that. That's why I suggest for most people to build momentum until eventually they either hit their breaking point, which is trauma, right? Or eventually they build an identity strong enough where they're like, you know what, fuck, I'm just gonna do it, right? Because some people need to literally build themselves up first before they take a risk, right? Now the thing is though, this is not an excuse, because some people will build themselves up for the rest of their life and never take that risk because they're scared. I don't want that to be you. If you have hope of being a better version of yourself, just apply my philosophy, all right? If you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be an artist, just start doing it, okay? But anyways, this has been King Los. I'll catch you on the next one.